I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Hello. This is a most, come on over, Steph. This is a most exciting night.
Super special night.
We are celebrating Mom and Dad's 50th wedding anniversary. This is a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
Very
50
huge.
50 years is a long
Yes.
time.
We love you, Mom and Dad. So we've got our party hats. So we're going to put them on. And
go.
there we go. And we've got our little, what did you call these?
Blowhorns. I don't know
Blow
what they're
horns?
called. They don't make
They're
noise.
silent. I don't like that they're silent. Anyway, happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. We love you guys so much.
Happy anniversary.
I can't believe you've been married for 50 years. It's incredible when I think of all the things you've seen and all the things you've done and the people you've met and the people you've loved and
The people you've touched,
yeah.
many of whom are watching.
Yes, that's right.
We,
Oh,
we see
my
people
God.
there commenting already.
Aw. So we have a lot to talk about tonight.
It's going to be a long one. You
A
get
little bit.
comfy.
You
Get comfy.
Get yourself a drink.
Yeah.
And
a snack.
So maybe
and-
during the intro, get your PJs on because
Yes.
it might be bedtime by the time we're done.
Yes.
Get a snack for sure.
Yes.
Something to drink.
So that first song that I sang is Mom's favorite song, and I know Dad loves it too. So there, it's a beautiful song, and it sort of, encapsulates Mom, really.
It really
right?
does. Yeah.
Who she is,
Yeah.
and Dad too. So Steph. So tonight we're going to sing some songs that Mom and Dad love. We're going to sing some songs that we just find mildly amusing, and we're going to talk about tell stories about them, and we've got some special guests, and we've got some beautiful pictures. So
Yeah. There's a lot going
there's a lot going on. So Steph, why don't we start with talking about how they met?
Yeah.
So
The
They're-
year would
they're
have
meet
been
cute?
1971. What'd you say, Craig?
They're meet cute.
They're
I love
meet
that
cute.
term.
Meet
I
cute.
think I learned that one from Heidi.
That is cute.
Take it away.
So they met, 1971.
1971.
And Mom was going to church in St. George with her friend Allie
New Brunswick.
Pratt, New Brunswick, and going to the Catholic church there. and she'd go to church and she'd see this man. She's like, he is so sweet. And he'd go in early and get the heat on in the winter, or, do whatever he had to, turn the fans on in the summer.
Set things up.
Yeah, set things up. Thanks, Steph. Set things up. And she'd see this man, and then he'd sit down with his 5 kids and his wife, and she was like, wow, she is a lucky woman. He is so sweet. He speaks to everyone. Everybody knows this man, Ernie LeBlanc. Everybody knows him. And so
And this went on for a little while.
yes,
She'd
it did.
see him.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. It did go on for a little while.
Yeah.
And then, weren't they at, Mom and Dad can correct us. We might get some of this askew, but, it's all in good love. So they were at a clam bake, I believe, where Dad was asked to play his guitar. And Mom saw Dad, and she's like, oh, Allie, there's that man. What a sweetheart. She's like, oh, and he's got 5 beautiful children. And Allie's like, what? Ernie LeBlanc's a bachelor. What are you talking about? And she's like, no. I see him in church with his wife and 5 kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's his sister, Eileen. So Mom's like this. Good news.
Because our uncle went to, her husband went to a different church.
That's right.
So Deb sat with his sister.
Yes. So Mom's like
Nieces
this.
and nephews.
I'm getting in there. I'm
Yep.
getting in there. So they were introduced at that party. And Mom told me that night, Dad drove her home to St. John. And they stayed and they talked all night long in his car.
Well, there you go.
I think that's
It's a
beautiful.
long first date.
It's a long first date. And,
We wouldn't know
And-
anything about that.
no. And then, so that was in I think September. And they were engaged in December. And they were married the following June.
They know how to do
There
it.
you go.
They wasted
Short and sweet.
They wasted no time. So their actual anniversary is June the 3rd. And I believe they got married at St. John the Baptist.
In St. John, New Brunswick.
Yeah, in the South End. And Mom was living across the street. It's on Broad Street. And she was living across the street, but she still got in the car, like across the street, drove around the block so she could get out of the car, which I think is very sweet.
Now, normally I don't do this, but I'm going to jump in with one of the latest comments, because Sean says, did you miss a detail? Joanne was, I believe, just one night away from becoming a nun?
Yes, one right away.
One right away?
Right, taking her rights.
Oh, that was
Yes. So she, yes, Sean, you're right. She was on the road to becoming a nun, and she left in 1965. So that was 6 years later she met Dad.
Yeah.
But you're right, Shawnee. It's she's had an interesting life, let me tell you.
she has.
So we're going to be showing you some pictures through the night of their younger years, and it's kind of exciting.
So shall we do the usual and check in with
Yes.
everybody? No, there could be a few people
Yes.
watching tonight. So if you're watching us for the first time, you're a friend of Ernie and JoJo's, and you want to give them a well wish, just type it out in chat, and we'll certainly try to put it up on the screen and give you your dues here. So Laura is watching. Hi there, friends.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. And of course, Heidi Lang is here. Hi, Heidi.
We love you, Heidi.
And Glenna Ross is here. She says, happy anniversary to your parents.
Hi, Glenna.
Now, YouTube brought us Rosalie. Happy 50th wedding anniversary.
Rosalie
Hello.
Skoji. Hi, Rosalie. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So we might have some special folks watching in the audience tonight.
And Mom and Dad are watching on YouTube.
Yes.
Hi, Mom and Dad. We love
Hi.
you. I
Hi,
hope
Mom
you're
and
having a good
Dad.
party.
Sally McDowell, happy anniversary. Joanne and Ernie. And of course, Julia's here. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Julia.
Julia.
Good to see you. Heather McIntyre is here, which means
Charlie.
Charlie is also here. So
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Love you
Heather and
guys.
Charlie.
Miss you guys.
good to see you.
Yeah.
Heidi says, happy anniversary, Joanne and Ernie. Now, there's going to be a lot of these tonight, but we're going to read them all.
Yeah.
Debbie Berry, happy anniversary. I went to the wedding.
That's
went to the
cool.
wedding. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
What do you
Chime
remember?
in.
What do you know? What very similar to The Sound of Music. The nuns chorus sang. Sister Doreen and her guitar did all the music. So I think that's pretty cool.
I love
Yep.
it.
Yep.
And our friend Linda from Michigan is watching. She says,
Aw.
happy anniversary to the mom and dad of talented Andrea. Happy 50th. Well, thank you
Thanks,
for joining.
Linda.
Hi, Linda.
We're not going to try to get too much like inside baseball here, but the stories will be very entertaining
Yes.
for anyone watching.
Yes. Yes.
So this isn't a family affair. This is for all. Come on, come all. Hazel Coates is watching. Happy 50th anniversary.
Hey, Hazel.
Hi, Hazel.
Hi. And Cheryl's watching. Good evening, everyone. Happy 50th
Hello,
to your
Cheryl.
parents.
Thank you.
And there's Charlie. Happy
Charlie.
Love you, Charlie.
anniversary
So glad you guys are here.
from Charlie Reinders. And let's see, Sean Furlot says, it's a real shame and missed comedic opportunity that you don't do a lyric or two of that song just like Louis. Now,
No.
I thought about it, but
I know.
you know.
I know.
We
It's
want,
true.
look at the way they're dressed. We're classing it up tonight.
Yes. Yes.
What a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
So, Joanne and Rick Mills, happy anniversary, Ernie and Joanne. Such a wonderful role model for young couples.
Aw, hi,
Absolutely.
Joanne.
And Patrick's joining us again tonight, and he says, yep, called it. I thought Steph would be joining us.
Aw, that's great.
Yeah, she
Hi,
wouldn't.
Patrick.
She wouldn't miss tonight.
No.
No, not at all. Diane Boma's watching. Happy 50th anniversary.
Aw.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Diane.
Let's see what Laura says. Happy anniversary, Ernie and Joanne, sending her
Marlene
love
LeBlanc.
from Halifax.
I love you, Laura.
Yes, the people they made love you.
I reminded Craig of that tonight, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I won't.
No.
Yeah. Linda Coper's watching. Hi and happy anniversary, Joanne and Ernie. And of course, Sean is going to chime in on the outfits. He says, I enjoy how you sisters appear more dressed for your New Year's Eve than, per se, your parents' anniversary. Yeah, they got dolled up tonight, didn't they?
Well, fancy. Sort of.
Hashtag vain.
Yeah.
Oh, we love you, Sean.
Sean, it was my idea. I'm like, you guys, dress up as much as you
It
can.
was
tonight.
Craig's idea.
Yeah.
It's like this is a huge celebration.
It is 50 years.
50
I mean,
Time.
50
years.
years. And I remember their 25th anniversary. Steph and I surprised Mom
Mm-hmm.
and Dad. We actually blindfolded them, threw them in the back of my car, my two-door Mazda, did
Drove
donuts in
around
a
for a while.
parking lot.
Yep.
And I'm like, Mom at one point went, I don't feel well. I'm like, stop at the donuts. Then I went for a drive, and because we didn't want them to know that they were going to the Stella Maris Hall in Blacks Harbor. And when we got there, we don't have, well, we have a few, I think,
Yeah,
a few
you,
pictures.
you'll probably
There's
pick
like
up
But
the
some
the
pictures
pictures.
we don't have
in
the blindfolds.
No,
No, those
we don't have
pictures.
blindfolds.
But we brought them in the hall, and there were I don't know 125 people there.
One of
and
my favorite
everyone,
photos of your mother, by the way.
Oh yeah, there's one of the that's there. Everyone was quiet. We made everyone quiet, and then I went, "Oh, I wonder who's here." And then as soon as we took off their blindfolds, everyone yelled surprise, and Mom and Dad like. It was one of the best moments of my life.
Yeah.
Really.
It really
was
was.
incredible. We had a big party for them then.
It was
so
fun.
Very
anyway,
well
this
done.
is your party, Mom and Dad.
Yes, Linda's also chiming in. She says, you girls are styling and glamorous for the occasion. Lots of pictures and stories. So
Aw.
you came to the right place. Karen Swigard's watching. Hi, Karen.
Aw.
Happy anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. LeBlanc. She's getting very formal.
Oh, Karen. that's
Formal
so
this evening.
sweet.
Let's see, Heidi. So your mom was kind of crushing on someone she thought was married. Ooh. That is the best part of that story.
I know.
When you kind of find out they're not, you're like, whoa, hey.
I know.
Molly's watching. Hey, happy 50th
Aw.
to Ernie and Joanne. So glad she made it to listen. Yeah, well, we're so glad to
too.
have you. Let's see. Sean's maybe requesting some stories here. I request the Ernie honking the horn. Joanne hates being rushed. So I think that one's happening
That
too.
might happen,
Big Church
Shawnee.
Wardrobe Reveal Store, which I believe is
It's
store
on the
to pick it
list.
up.
Yep. All right.
Hey,
we
Buddy
gotta-
Gold's watching. Happy
Okay.
anniversary to them both. I'm just going to
Yeah.
read all the happy anniversary
Yes, you
wishes.
just go through it. We got a lot to cover.
Jerry Parks, happy anniversary. And Charlie says, hi, guys. Nice to see your faces. Well, it's so nice to see you guys.
I know.
Donna Nolan, hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Aunt Linda, of course, is here. Hi, guys. Love you.
guys.
From Sandy and Linda. And see, Debbie's going to follow up here. She was
was
9 years old, and she remembers the reception was at a restaurant, if she remembers it right.
That's right. It
That
was
is right.
the Riviera restaurant at the top. I think it was at the top of King Street.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah. That's
Good.
amazing.
That's
Debbie.
amazing.
I would remember that.
Great memory. Let's see.
definitely
Elizabeth
remember
Doherty's
that.
watching. Hey, Elizabeth. We are here watching
Aw.
to happy 50th anniversary, JoJo and Ernie.
Aw.
And
Hi,
let's see.
sweetie.
Rosalie Stig says happy
Oh,
anniversary too.
awesome.
Of course.
Awesome. Thanks,
Let's see. Patty and Eddie Millette, happy anniversary. Ernie
Mm.
and Joanne. And then one last comment from Sean here before we get on with the show. Ernie acquiesced to being blindfolded. Oh, he loves you too.
does.
Yeah, that's kind of a, it's a big deal for those who know Ernie
He does.
to put up with those kind of shenanigans.
Oh, by that point, he was like this. Sounds about right.
This is
Yeah,
happening.
he was he's pretty used to us. When I think of growing up, having one bathroom and me and Steph and Mom. Anyway, so like we said, tonight we're going to have a bit of a slideshow as we sing, and we're going to try not to
Cry.
cry.
Good luck.
It's really hard not to.
I have a box of Kleenex
Craig,
right here.
Craig set up a monitor for us to watch here tonight, so I can see what's going on, and it's hard to hold it together.
So
Yeah.
It really
this
is, and
is
we're not.
this is live.
I wish we were together beyond, more than anyone knows.
This
so.
is the best we could do from Ontario.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
So we're gonna play a little bit of Could I Have This Dance?
I'll always remember the song they were playing the first time we danced, and I knew as we swayed to the music and held to each other, I fell in love with you. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we're together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? I'll always remember that magic moment when I held you close to me. As we moved together, I knew forever you're all I'll ever need. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we're together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we're together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life?
Love those last two photos.
Oh my God.
If you'd care to let everybody know who those two were.
Yes, we don't know. They were some random children. Okay.
Awesome. Hey, you made it through.
No tears in that
You
one.
made it through.
That was good.
That was good.
Some
That
proud
was really good.
of you.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a top 10 stories list of JoJo and Ernie, our beautiful parents, because they're hilarious. And through the years, we have had, like, I was thinking about that today. I'm like, God, we're so blessed to have grown up in a house where we laughed a lot, and we weren't afraid to kind of make fun of ourselves. Right? We felt safe enough to be a goofball and to know that, you know what, it's good for the love of laughter. It's all good. So anyway, okay. So here's this is our number 10 on the list of the top 10 stories with Mom and Dad. So number 10. So as Sean said earlier, Mom was in the convent, And so when she got out, two things happened. Well, more than two things, but
She was there for 5 years.
she was there for 5 years.
Yeah.
So one of them was, we talked about it not that long ago. She went to see The Sound of Music with Aunt Jean. Hi, Aunt Jean.
Hi, Aunt Jean.
And as she was walking down the aisle in the movie theater, she genuflected, which means she knelt on one knee and blessed herself. And Aunt Jean was like, Joanne, get up. You're at the movies. And Mom's like, oh my God, what am I doing? So that's kind of cute. And then another time, Mom had been working. I know she was working, I think at the telephone company, and she was an operator. And how wonderful would that have been to call in and get Mom as an operator?
Exactly.
She used to have little kids call in who were left alone at night to comfort her, and maybe people who were alone to call in, and they would
call and talk to Mom.
just want to talk to Joanne.
They didn't want to call anyone else. They wanted to talk
I
to
know.
Mom.
I think that's so beautiful. So
Yeah.
anyway, she had worked a night shift, and she went to church the next morning. And the priest did his homily, and she fell asleep. And when he finished, she woke up and she started to clap because she didn't know where she was. And the whole church joined in. They're all like slowly. They're all like, I guess we're gonna. And the priest was like, that is the first time anyone's ever clapped for a homily. So anyway, I think that's adorable.
Hilarious.
She said she was mildly embarrassed, but it probably gave him a good boost.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
there we go.
Hilarious.
Okay, so the next story, number 9, is in
Oh, God.
1983, Steph and I went to Rainbow Valley, and this
In
was
PEI.
part of the vacation that Aunt Linda took us to PEI for a week when we were little, which is incredible, with Mom. So the 4 of us went, and Dad was working through the week, but he came on the weekend. So Rainbow Valley, for all of those, for those of you who don't know, Rainbow Valley it's like a beautiful, beautiful little
Amusement park for kids.
but it was
Water
in Prince Edward
slides.
Island, right?
Yeah.
So jump in, Craig. Like there were little
so-
like a little miniature village. There's swan paddle boats. Like
Yeah,
it was-
everything kind of had like a fantasy or surreal twist to it.
Yes.
You know, like even the playground just had items that you wouldn't find in a general playground.
That's
like
right.
they kind of did everything up larger
That's
than
right.
life. And there was the pond with the swans and the other like paddle boats that you could paddle around in. But there was just like all kinds of like activities. I think there was like a giant chessboard
Yeah.
and like a maze.
So all kinds of things there.
it was a paradise for
kids.
kids at that time
So-
in that area.
Yeah, so
Nothing-
we were
nothing else like it.
and I think Rainbow Valley had a big rainbow when
Did
you
they have water
entered.
slides there too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that, yeah.
So we were so excited. Like
Oh.
it was all the rage to go to Rainbow Valley.
Every year, that's
So
all I wanted to do every summer.
So we went to Rainbow Valley, and we brought our bathing suits because back then, but back then, water slides were a huge commodity. At that time, there were no water slides in St. John de Brunswick. And I think these were
was
our
no
first
Magic
water
Mountain.
slides.
I think so.
So anyway, we had our bathing suits on, and Steph and I, we still love to swim. So anyway, but we loved water, so we're drawn to it. Right to the water slide. And we begged Dad, we're like, Dad, and he told us he'd bring his bathing suit. So we're like, we begged him, and he was
He's not a swimmer.
No, he
Not a
was always
swimmer.
been afraid of water.
Yeah.
So he always made sure that Steph and I did lessons so that, right?
Yeah.
We would
wouldn't be scared.
We would be scared. So anyway, we're at Rainbow Valley, and Dad's watching us come down the slides, nice and easy, no problem, no splash. We get in the water, we're waving on our way down, great big smiles, and we're like, Dad, please, I probably said, we'll make a memory, Dad, please, will you please come?
That's her tagline.
So
yeah.
finally, Dad's like,
Make a
well, I
memory.
suppose, Andrea, I suppose. Now, you fellers are coming down, look pretty easy there. And I think it was all kids.
Light as a feather, all of them.
Yes. So Dad gets his Speedos on.
Oh,
They
no.
weren't. No,
No,
they-
but that
trunks.
material. He had trunks.
He had
They're swimming
trunks
trunks,
on. He
but it was
didn't have Speedos.
no. But it was that material
Oh,
though.
phew.
It's that bathing suit material.
Yes.
That slippery, slidey
Slippery.
bathing suit material. And Dad was just one great big like hunk of muscle coming down that water slide. And so anyway, Steph went down, and then I went down, and then we both turned around and like, oh my God, the water was splashing over the side. I could see a foot, and then I could see a hand, and then his head. I'm like, oh my God, this is not going to end well. And the panic on Dad's face when he came around the bend, and you could see like most people just kind of sat there. He was like, his head was back, and his legs were up, and he hit the water so fast, and he went under the water. And Steph and I are holding each other. We're like, Daddy! The lifeguards had to
Like
come.
4 of them jumped
Four
in.
lifeguards jumped in the pool. They evacuated the pool. they had to take Dad, and I remember they took him out. Like, they didn't have to do CPR on him, but they took him out. They took him to the bathroom, like he had swallowed all this water. Anyway, he's like, I'm never again going down a water slide, no matter how many times you fellas ask. Anyway.
And did he ever go down another water slide ever again?
No.
He
That
is was
it.
True to his word.
Yeah.
One and only.
But Steph and I
slide.
cried. Like,
We were like, Dad's
so
gonna die.
upset. Dad's gonna die. We killed our dad
Sure.
because he wanted to go down a water slide.
At Rainbow Valley.
At Rainbow Valley.
Yep.
So anyway, that was number 9.
Yeah.
Number 8
Oh my God.
is
So I think you had a request from somebody.
yes,
Was it
Sean. No, Ryan.
Dean? No.
Ryan Blair.
King.
Wade King.
Wade.
Wade. Oh my God, Wade
Wade's-
King.
I don't know if he's
Yes.
watching, but he's like, you have to tell the oven story.
So
So here it is.
So here it is. So when Steph and I were little, we had those little things that, little pots and pans and a little rolling pin and spoons and stuff like that to play with.
Baking toys.
Baking toys.
Yeah.
Yes. Baking
Baking
toys.
toys.
So we had those and we assembled them in our kitchen. And I was like, Mom, and I was probably, like, when I look back, I think I was around 3.5, I'm thinking. And I remember asking her if we could use the big oven. Like, Steph and I were playing together. We could open the oven and use it. And she's like, no. She's like, use the storage area underneath the oven. That's what you can use to pretend to bake your goods. And I'm like this, no problem. So she went off. She's vacuuming with that great big green Electrolux. And I said to Steph, I'm like this, she's not going to know. We're going to use the big oven. So anyway.
And I did everything she told me to do.
It took the two of us
Still do.
to pull
Pretty
the oven door down. And we each had a little pan and we got in the oven. And because there was quite a bit of weight in the oven, 2 children, the oven door, the whole oven went down on itself. It just flipped over. Bam! And Mom's vacuuming and she's like, oh my God,
What was that noise?
And she comes in the kitchen. We are screaming. And Mom's like, oh my God, they're in there. Ah! And
The oven is completely flat on the floor, and the 2 children are in the oven.
yeah, we're in the oven.
The door
And
flew off.
The door flew off. And Mom is not, she's not a burly woman at all. She has little chicken bones. So for Mom to have to pick up that oven, and I remember she told us, she's like, God, give me strength. And I don't know how she did it. She picked up that oven, and we came out, and in typical fashion, I cried on her lap for a good hour. And Steph, after 5 minutes, I'm good. She went away and played. So there we go. So there is the top
Few stories.
10, 9, and 8 in our stories of Mom and Dad.
And for those watching, they haven't changed a bit.
No,
To us?
Yeah.
true enough.
Yeah.
True enough.
All right, let me just get to a couple more comments here before we
Sure.
get to the next song. Let's see here. Elizabeth says, hi, this is Will. Me and Mom are watching. Happy 50th.
Aw.
Aw.
Sean says, crying is beautiful and natural and should never be discouraged. Well,
Exactly.
you're going to see some, I think, with this next song. Diane Bowman, oh, she loved those pics. Hugs.
Aw.
Heidi says, pics are so wonderful. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed those. There's some more coming up here in just a second. Let's see. Charlie says, love the pictures and your voices. And Murray, I love everything.
Oh my God, Charlie, I love you.
I love
I
you,
actually
Charlie. You
thought
made
of
him
you.
so
I
happy.
thought of you when we started that song. I'm
So
like, Charlie
happy.
loves this song.
Oh, yeah. So Slideshow's making Linda smile. You look just like your mom, she says.
Aw,
Let's
thank
see.
you.
Laura Lang, lovely photos and beautiful singing. Oh, thanks.
Laura.
Oh, Brendan's watching. Hey. From Brendan and Jen, happy anniversary.
Aw, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Let's see what's Julia says. That does put me into tears. Reason I sang that to my grandmother the day I lost her. Oh,
Aw, that's
that
beautiful,
song.
Julia.
Oh, that is very beautiful. Sorry about that, Julia. Let's see here. Sean. So Anne was Anne and Stephanie was Kenny Rogers. Appropriate. Steph's more the Kenny fan.
What was that about? I don't understand that
Could I have
comment.
this dance?
Oh.
Aunt Linda loved the pictures. Well, you're going to be in some of them.
Oh my God,
You're
Charlie.
going to be in some of them. So, yeah, there's going to be some picture, I think,
There's
of.
a picture of her as a nun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
stay
Hang on
tuned.
tight, Linda.
And he's talking about maybe not the most expedient phone operator for
Oh, gosh,
911.
Sean, make
Oh,
me
what's
laugh.
happening, dear? Oh,
Oh,
dear. Talk to me. Pray with me. Probably.
I wish
Let's
Sean
see.
was
Rainbow
here.
Valley, based on the Lucy Maud Montgomery book,
Absolutely.
perhaps? PEI connection. Liz Dutton's watching. Hello, everyone, she says.
Liz.
Hi, Liz.
I assume Adam's watching, so hello. Yes, impressive to be so emotionally manipulative so early in life. And there will be a theme of that throughout these stories. Yes, Heidi says, I'm always baffled by these stories.
Oh my God.
You ain't heard nothing yet. Carolinda. She says, hey, my angels. First time on with you. Happy anniversary to your wonderful parents.
I love you. I love you, Aunt Carolinda.
Yeah,
No,
I love
I
it.
love you, Carolinda.
Oh, love you, Carolinda.
It's so awesome that you're here. And these guys talk about you all the time.
We do.
Let's see. Liz says, happy 50th, JoJo and Ernie. Love, Liz and Adam. Aunt Linda remembers these stories, and you guys tell them so. Well, yes, it's been too long since she's heard the oven story. He used to have it memorized. I think we've heard it a couple times. Hey, Mark Moffat's watching.
Mark.
Happy 50th to my second parents. Ernie lets Blueberry pick again soon.
Oh my God, that's
Oh,
right.
He would love that.
He would love that.
Ivy White Varner, happy
Aw,
50th to your
thank you,
parents
Ivy.
from Sydney and Ivy. And let's see, Mark says, PT Cruiser.
It's a piece of tin.
Says Ernie.
Dad wants one to rent a car. And I'm like, Dad was like, well, what they got available there, Andrea? I'm like, it's a PT Cruiser. Those PT Cruisers are a piece of tin.
That's what the PT stands for.
No, I don't. I don't remember
Hey,
that.
look, as long as somebody does, that's what's important.
Oh, Mark, that's funny.
I love it.
Nanny Pat says,
Aw.
happy anniversary, Ernie and Joanne, blessings. And Janet
Hello,
Trowbridge is
Pat.
watching.
Hi,
Hi,
Pat.
guys.
Hi, Janet.
Hi, Janet. All right. Oh, Deb's here. Hey, Deb. Happy anniversary. She loves the stories.
Hey,
Well,
Deb.
we got another song, and we got some more stories coming up. And then Natalie Richard LeBlanc. Happy
Aw.
50th. You ladies look lovely.
Thank you, Natalie.
Okay, so let's get to our next song.
No.
No, we got videos
We got
next.
videos.
Oh, we got some videos. Okay, because we're getting near on 8 o'clock. So, folks and some family members sent in some video wishes. So let's get through the first few, shall we? Here we go.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Mom, Pat, I love you.
Love you, Mom and Dad. Happy anniversary.
He had to ham it up just a little bit there at the end.
Oh, he's so shy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay.
shy. All right, we got one from Aunt Jean, who you've seen here in the audience many times. Here she is.
We just want to wish Joanne and Ernie, my sister, and my wonderful brother-in-law, the most wonderful, happy 50th wedding anniversary. Wow, what a milestone! That's wonderful. I'm getting emotional. You know who I'm related to. What are you going to say? You're going to say happy anniversary, Delphin?
Happy anniversary and
To Ernie and
Ernie and
Joanne.
Joanne.
Yes. Okay. Bye. See you later.
Very sweet from Aunt Jean
So
and
sweet.
Uncle
Hi.
Delphin. Oh, and then we have one from Jeff.
Happy 50th anniversary, Ernie and Joanne, to one of the most loving, faithful, caring, devoted, beautiful couples that I've ever met. I hope you're celebrating today and take all these messages of love right to your heart. You guys have played such an important role in my life as a little boy, as a guy in high school and university, and part of who you are has shaped who I am. And for that, I am eternally grateful, and I love you both so much. And when am I going to get some more beats? I love you.
You guys remember Jeff talking about beats the last time we had him on the show.
That's a
Oh my
long
God.
story.
Oh, my
Oh my
goodness.
God, I don't know how I'm going to get through this.
Well,
Beautiful.
I'll read a couple of comments here while you
Okay.
you get composed. Sean says, Carolinda, be prepared for a possible guilt trip from the emotionally manipulative sister. Let's see what she says in reply. Love to see Jean. Aw, I love that you guys all know each other. And Alice Walsh is watching.
Oh, Alice.
Happy anniversary. Joanne and Ernie would love to see you.
Aw.
Oh, I know they'd love to see you too. Yes, so right, Jeff, says Carolinda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, Jeff speaks very eloquently. Now, that man does know how to speak. So, very well said, Jeff.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Aunt Jean and Uncle Delphin.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Levi. That
Yeah.
Levi's little dance killed me.
Yeah, at the end and then the
He
fall.
wanted to do the Macarena, but I said no. We're not going to do the Macarena singing Happy Anniversary.
Wow.
There's another event. He can do that at
He
the
can
wedding.
do another Macarena dance. Yeah.
So sweet.
Okay. Well, why don't we continue? So we got some more music and some more pictures.
Okay.
Here we go. I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything the two of us can't do. Through the years, you've never let me down. You turned my life around. The sweetest days I found with you. Through the years, I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we've made, and I'm so glad I've stayed right here with you through the years. I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so, but through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad, I knew how much we had. I've always been so glad to be with you. You kissed my tears away, as long as it's okay. I'll stay with you through the years. Through the years, when everything went wrong, together we were strong. I know that I belong right here with you. Through the years, I never had a doubt. We always worked things out. I learned what life's about by loving you through the years. Through the years, it's better every day. You've kissed my tears away, as long as it's okay. I'll stay with you through the years.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
I got a little emotional there. I can't help it.
Yeah,
When
you-
I see those pictures of us as kids and
You
You want to clean it?
almost
how fast life
almost
goes.
kept it together.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
life goes by
Man.
so fast.
I'm not crying, you're crying. I think you're probably having that effect on folks here. So
You read the
let's-
comments
Yeah,
down.
let's see. Oh, of course. Let's see. Hey, Joanne. So my sister-in-law's watching. Happy anniversary.
Hi, Joanne.
Joanne and Ernie. Hey, how's everybody doing down in Musquash? Kim Peary's watching. She says, happy 50th anniversary. Bernadette Schmeisser, happy golden anniversary.
Aw, thank you, Bernadette.
Yeah, that's awesome. And of course, who else but cousin Pam is watching.
Pam.
Happy anniversary. We may be hearing from Pam a little later on. Yes, Natalie, such wonderful photos. And let's see how many of you out there are crying too. Let's see. Brenda Kernahan Brennan. Happy 50th anniversary to Joanne and Ernie. Hope they had a great day. This is so special that you girls are doing this for your parents. I'm sure they are very proud of their girls. Beautiful singing.
Thank you, Brenda.
I am sure they are. Let's see. Yeah, and go Habs. Yeah, that photo was up there. Yeah, and then the nap time photo was in there. Yep.
Oh my God, with
That
Dad
is
and Levi
Dad.
watching TV and then they're both
clunk.
asleep.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Remember, we used to have a series of Dad asleep in. I think Mom and Dad still have it
They
at home
still
on their
have it.
wall.
The one in the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad would be. It would. He worked so hard,
Yeah.
and he would come home, and he would fall asleep around 7:30 every night.
Yeah.
And all day, like all afternoon on Sunday, and we always were like, "Another picture."
Yeah. Heidi says, now you've got me crying too. Beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah. Diane Bowman, absolutely beautiful. You guys did a great job picking up some of those great photos. And Heidi says, you kept playing the whole time.
I'm used to it. I've
She
done
actually-
that at funerals before.
We actually had to rehearse a little bit because of the photos, and this is the most she got through that song.
Yep.
Believe it or not. Nanny Pat says, beautiful tribute, girls. It was a tearjerker. There's more to come. Pam says, beautiful pictures, beautiful job on the song.
Thanks.
And Carol Linda says, a perfect song, girls. Wonderful memories for so many. The two of you, my first piano students who brought such joy in my life through the years.
That makes me
Sweetie.
cry.
And Linda from Michigan, John
I love
said,
you, Carol.
you have a beautiful family. They do. You were so cute as little girls. Occasionally they look like the Edison twins, but
Oh, where's that picture? We don't have that picture in
Nope.
there. No, we'll
let's
have
see.
to bring
Charlie
that up
says,
sometime.
beautiful song. Next time she gets emotional, cut from the pics to Anne so I can watch her cry. I should have put her. I'll put her full screen. I'll get like the close-up tear camera. I could hear it, but
Oh
he
my
wanted a
God.
close-up.
We are Joanne LeBlanc's daughters, let me tell you.
Oh, Charlie, that is so you.
Oh,
It's
makes me
true.
laugh.
Bernadette says you're still cute. Aunt Linda, beautiful job. You touched her too. Okay, so was that enough time for you to get
Oh, yeah.
prepared for some more stories?
Yeah,
There's more stories.
we're
All
good.
right, take it
We're
away
good.
with story number
Number 7.
Number 7.
Okay, so growing up, Dad always taught us, what did he always say?
Gotta be tough, girls.
Gotta be tough, you.
You
never
fellas.
said girls.
No. Sorry, you
You
fellas.
gotta be tough, you fellas. You gotta be tough.
So, and that meant for everything, right? Like, grow some, tough skin. If you fall down, try not to cry all the time. Like, try to cope and not, always run and be upset. So he's like, you got to be tough. Come on. Life will be better if you're not so soft all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, their mom was away.
Ernie, it didn't work. It didn't work.
We
Mom,
have the box of Kleenex beside us.
Mom went away for a weekend. She was on a retreat somewhere. And Dad, when Dad was in control of the weekend, we're like this. Well, we're
Eating out
We're
the whole weekend.
We're going out. Yeah, we had cereal at home. We probably ate. He probably made us beans for lunch, and then took us to McDonald's or Burger King for supper or Deluxe. So anyway, we went to Rockwood Park, which was a big park in St. John. Ironically, they got a water slide in time too, and something happened to me there. But now's not the time for that story. We'll tell it in time. But anyway, so we're at Rockwood Park, and there was a slide. Now, you guys jump in. I am not being dramatic or exaggerating. That black slide, how high?
It's huge. It was. I didn't go down it.
She was
it
too
was
afraid
huge.
to climb up. And I'm
Yeah.
like this, because it would go,
Gotta be tough, Andrea. Gotta be tough.
I'm like this. I can do it. I'm afraid of heights, but I can do it. So I climb, and you had to climb up a ladder. It wasn't like,
high.
yeah, it was like scaffolding that you climbed up to go down. It was like scaffolding, really, to go. It was, in my mind, it was.
In
Yes,
your
it was
little
totally
child
scaffolding
mind,
in
it
it.
was.
But wasn't it tall, Craig? That
It
was
was
black
huge.
slide was
I
huge.
do remember.
I
it
wouldn't even
was
go up it,
super
so,
tall.
yeah.
I don't remember if I did though. I don't know if I actually ever did.
I tried.
I don't think I
Anyway, I'm halfway up, and I'm like this. Whoa, I'm getting up there. Oh no! And what's your worst fear? I fell off, and I fell on my back, hit the ground, got the wind knocked out of me. And I've never passed out before, Anyway, when I came to, there were like 15 people. I'm like, I don't know any of these people. Where am I? And I heard Dad say,
She's fine. She woke up.
so anyway, he's like, you're fine, Andrew. You're fine. Get up, Andrew. Get up. I'm like this. Oh, my God. Like, I felt like I had birdies around my head. And Steph was looking at me like, are you okay? And you were like in grade 3, right?
Never heard you so quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was stunned, like totally stunned. And do you know what Dad said to me in that moment?
Get up, Andrew. Let's go to Dairy Queen.
And I'm like this. Well, that can't be that bad. Sure, let's go to Dairy Queen. We took us to Dairy Queen. Never went to the hospital.
Who
Got to
knows
be
if
tough.
She had a concussion.
I would
like-
imagine. I
Probably.
felt a good few feet. Like,
But what else did he say?
Yeah, he's like, you just got the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You just got the wind knocked out of you, Andrew. You're just fine. Let's go get an ice cream. And remember, there's no need to tell your mother.
There you go.
Don't
Don't tell your mother.
You'll just upset her, Andrea. Let's just go to Dairy Queen. Everything's fine.
I'm like, all right, fine.
The old 1-2 ice cream bribe from the dad.
So there was that. And then fast forward a few years later, and we're figure skating at the Commons in Rothsay. And
Spot.
there was a bully there. I'm not going to name names because she's very sweet now. But
I think you've mentioned her on the show before.
this person wasn't, she was a bully, really, growing up. And she's like, Andrew, can you do double axel? I'm like this. Sure can. No idea. So I get going. My backwards cross cuts really, 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 really. And Steph's like this the whole time. Mm-hmm.
It's not going to end well.
So I get up in the air and I'm flying through the air and people were taking their kids off the ice. Like I'm flying through and I landed on my wrist and I heard a snap. And I'm like this, I think I broke my wrist. Oh my God, I broke my wrist. And Steph comes over. She's like this, you're going to be in so much trouble. And she's like, I'm going to go call Dad, but you're going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm like, I think my wrist, it really hurts. Anyway, Dad came and he was like,
What happened? Jumping, you fellas. Someone's always falling down and getting hurt.
Steph's like, I never get hurt.
Well, Andrew, you're always falling down and getting hurt. We are not going to the hospital.
But I'm like, but Dad, it really hurts this time.
You are fine. You can sleep on the Chesterfield bed.
So
Like that's going to make it better.
we get home.
It's a treat.
We get home. He opens a Chesterfield bed. Mom was already in bed. She had a migraine. So anyway, I'm like, Dad, I don't know. It really hurts.
You'll be fine, Andrew. You'll be fine.
He probably got me like a popsicle and an ice pack or some ice for my wrist. Anyway, the
Or
next
a bag of peas.
it was probably a bag of frozen peas. The next morning, we never had frozen peas though because we only ate them out of the can.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I didn't even know they existed until I was in
Frozen.
university.
Yeah.
Anyway, I woke up the next morning and my wrist is the size of like 6 kneecaps. And I'm like this. And I remember I couldn't get comfortable. I had to sleep like this. So they ended up taking me to the hospital and it was broken. And anyway, I think Dad felt quite bad that he didn't take me that night. But I was always falling and hurting. And half the time he took me there, nothing was wrong, right? So anyway, kind of hilarious. Okay. So number 6 in our stories of Mom and Dad were the family vacation stuff. We had so much fun.
We did have fun.
We did a lot of farm vacations growing up.
Yes.
But when I was going into grade 12, Steph would have been going in grade 11, we begged Mom and Dad to take us to LL Bean in Maine. We had to cross the border. Linda from Michigan, we had to cross the border. And it was
stressed Dad.
it was stressed Dad out. And now it stresses us out when we cross, right?
You more than me.
Well, yes. But anyway.
Both of you are pretty bad.
So
I feel like your dad in that moment trying to settle you two down, freaking out in the car
Poor
across the
Craig.
border.
He puts up a lot with the two of us.
so anyway, we cross the border, go into the States, and when you're crossing, it's not stressful,
fine.
right?
Well,
so
you were a little stressed when we went to that Nashville show.
Yes, I was, but anyway, it's fine. So anyway, we begged them, and Dad, I mean, look how much that man loves us. He's not a fan of crossing the border. That's putting it lightly. And he still took us down to go to Ella Bean, go to these outlet stores, take his daughters shopping for back to school clothes, which was pretty incredible. So we went down. It was probably 4 or 5 day trip, I'm thinking, back then. So anyway, we get on. We're going down. We stop in Bangor, Maine at Miller's. Now, we'd only ever experienced the Ponderosa as far as
All you can eat.
buffet, and that was a
Buffet.
salad bar, and
Yeah.
it was about as long as my piano. Miller's, the whole thing was it was a buffet. We'd never experienced anything like that
It was
before.
huge.
And Dad's like this. So in the morning, he's like this.
You fellas don't eat much for breakfast. I need you hungry. Because we are not paying the dinner fee. We are getting there before 3, so it's cheaper.
So that's what we did. We showed up at like 2:30. We were starving.
ate so much at Miller's.
We ate so much. We broke the remember the frozen yogurt machine?
We did break
We
the
broke
frozen
the
yogurt
yogurt machine when it was coming out. We didn't know how to stop it. We walked away. Like, who does that? Anyway,
We didn't tell anyone.
no, and we were also we were all so full. We got in the car, and it was probably like 4:30. Got in the car, drove to the hotel, and
Fell
went to
asleep.
sleep. The next morning, we were up at like 4:30.
Oh,
so
so
hungry.
early.
Our stomachs. Anyway, but it was
you ate
hysterical.
one meal on that day before.
We ate one meal because Dad was like,
We're only getting 1 meal. You fellas load up. It's only $6 if you eat before 3:30.
I gotta say,
So what we did that
I
day,
would do
we
the
ate.
same thing.
that's all
Yeah.
we did on that day. We
We
drove to Miller's. And then on the way from Miller's to the hotel, because we stayed in Freeport that night, it was a lovely place too, that inn.
Yep, it was nice.
We got lost on the we got lost on the interstate. Do
Poor
you remember
Dad.
that?
Poor
Dad?
Dad.
And back then, there were no GPSs.
There was no directions.
We had a map.
Yeah.
We had a map, and we love our mom, but Mom is not the most, how do you put it? Directionally
Geographically
challenged.
inclined?
Yes.
Friendly reader.
Yes. So of course she's getting upset, and I remember her at one point crumpled up the
Oh,
map.
we need
And Dad's
that.
like, jumping, Joanne. I don't know where I'm going. Jumping, Joanne. Jumping.
And Stephanie in the back seat. We're both like, we're not saying anything.
No.
So finally we did get turned around, but we were on that interstate. I remember Dad saying too,
We are blowing all this gas. All this gas down the interstate. Jumping. We don't know where we're going. Nobody. These people aren't Canadians.
we're like, but they speak English. we're just across the border. Anyway, so we finally go to the LL Bean. It was amazing.
It was a great story.
It was a fantastic time. The inn that Mom and Dad got for us, it had a beautiful pool. It had those Belgian waffles.
I still remember that breakfast.
Me
Wow.
too. Because
Yeah.
it was the morning after we went to Miller's and
Right.
we were starved.
We were up so early. Yeah.
So anyway, we're going through the border, and Dad, as we're approaching the border, Dad's like this.
Nobody say nothing. You sit there and you just stay quiet. Nobody say nothing.
And we're like this.
It's like a mobster.
Hey, well, no, we were scared.
Because if they think we've smuggled anything in, we'll go to jail.
And I'm like this. Oh my God, we're gonna go to jail. So me and Steph at the
Family vacation turned dark.
and Dad
Good
and,
times.
and Mom's like this. So he's like,
I'll do all the talking, you fellas. Don't say nothing.
so we get there and Dad rolls down the window like it's like this. And the American, hello, sir, Dad. And Dad wouldn't look at him. I remember Dad kept his face, hello. And the guy's like, how long have you been here?
A few days.
Like nothing was specific. I'm like this. Oh, we're so going down. And he's like, how much you spend?
Not too much.
And Dad's like, and again, the guy's here. Dad's like this.
We got receipts.
And the guy's like, can I see them?
Get the receipts, girls.
And we're like this. We were panicking the back seat. So we gave Mom the receipts, and then Mom's like, hello, how are you today? Dad's like,
Joanne, jumping, Joanne. I said, don't say anything.
so we were terrified because I also thought we were going to go to jail.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Anyway, it was fine. Dad gave the man the receipts. They waved us through, and then once we got through, Dad's like this.
That wasn't so bad, now was it?
Oh my God. Anyway, hilarious. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And then, so number 5 of the wonderful stories of Mom and Dad. This is a very short one. I remember doing the Patsy Cline show, Charlie. And I remember working on my yodel for that show because I had to sing Blue Moon of Kentucky. And I remember doing it for Dad. And I was all excited. I'm like, I've been working hard. So I called home and I'm like, Dad, what do you think of this? And I did it. And he goes,
That's good, Andrea. Keep working at it.
so I did. So anyway, Dad, in honor of you, because those of you may not know, our father, in his heyday, could yodel like the best of them.
Amazing.
People heard him in Black's Harbor at a little like a talent show, and he won. And they actually thought he was from Switzerland, which I love. So anyway,
So if you go back to season 1, you can actually, your dad was on the show and he did some yodeling.
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's
Yeah.
season 1, so 2017. Go all the way back.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot
So
that.
just search for like Ernie
Yeah.
on the My Living Room live page, and
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Okay, so
Ready to do a little bit?
this is just a smidge of one of Dad's favorite songs by one of Dad's favorite singers, Eddie Arnold.
All right, here we go.
The cattle are prowling, the coyotes are howling, way out where the doggies roam. Where spurs are jingling, the cowboy is singing his lonesome cattle call. Hoo-hoo-hoo-dee. Hoo-dee. Lo-lo-lo-dee. He rides in the sun till his day's work is done, and he rounds up the cattle each fall. Hoo-dee, singing his cattle call.
Very sweet.
So there we go, everybody.
Very,
That's-
very sweet.
That's for you, dear Dad.
All right. We should probably check in with chat. We haven't checked in
Okay, for sure.
in a little while.
For
So
sure.
let's see here. Let's see. Oh yes, Linda the nun picture wasn't up long enough for her to see. But she looked good in her habit. Glad she left the convent, or you wouldn't be here. So what order did she belong to? Do you know the answer to that question?
The Sisters of Charity.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sean says that is a specific Canadian aged pop culture reference, perfect for your audience. It's probably a while ago now. I forget what the reference
Don't know what
was. Let's see. Charlie, maybe your family should be banned from theme parks. They probably should be banned from quite a few things, judging from these stories. More of that to come. Let's see. Concussion awareness, y'all. It is real. It must be talking about the skating story. You're making your cousin
probably
Pam.
the slide.
Oh, the slide.
The slide.
Making your cousin Pam
Yeah.
laugh. Pam, you started some of these stories yourself too, so be careful. I'm curious to see why you ventured to say figure skating. What did it resemble? Oh, look, so we got a memory here from Julia. I do remember when I met your mother. I met her at the Christmas concert one year. Another one with your father. Got to know him when he was on your program, yodeling. So there you go. She
There you
remembers.
go.
Thanks a bunch for tonight. And thanks for being, I enjoy seeing each of you both, seeing your parents through you both. And that each time I see you, you're a reflection of your parents.
Oh,
you two
Julia,
are
that's
so
really
wonderful
beautiful.
to see.
Thank you.
Well, thank you as always for joining us, Julia. Thank you for your very kind words.
Absolutely.
Stephanie, more than Andrea, understood their family punitive dynamics, says Sean. And Carolinda remembers some of these stories, so
Remember this?
I wish I could remember now. So let's see. Joanne says, Andrea, you are so funny with the way you imitate your dad. Look,
She does the great
Jumping.
impersonation.
She's been perfecting it over the years. Only took roughly 40 minutes for an LL Bean reference. Sean loves it when you guys talk about LL Bean.
Oh my God, Chad,
But
you're
I mean,
killing me tonight.
folks from that area, I mean, that's what you did. You went to Freeport and you went to LL Bean. Woody Woodburn's watching. Hey, Woody.
Oh, hey, Woody.
Hey, guys. Natalie says she would love to meet your parents.
They're wonderful.
Well, you
Yeah.
kind of have. Like, these stories, you know, they do capture what it's like being in the LeBlanc family very, very, very well. So, Jim Kitty's here. Hey, LL Bean is coming to Moncton.
Oh, well, there you go.
Fun.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That is amazing.
We'll be there. Pam says, Mom used to say the same thing to us when we crossed the border. So, look, I'm sure.
I remember, I think
we were with.
We've gone across with Elsie.
Within
and
Elsie. And she
Yeah.
always said this, don't say nothing, you fellas. She called us fellas too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, comes by it honestly.
Don't say a
Don't
word.
say a
She just
word.
said that.
Bernard Williams says,
Aw.
great stories. Happy anniversary,
Bernard.
Joanne and Ernie. LOL at fellas.
Aw.
Come on, you fellas. Carolinda, your stories are wonderful. Love, love, love your mom and dad.
Yeah.
Gary Gallant, you guys are crazy.
In a good way.
In a
That's our
good way.
cousin. That's
Hi,
Aunt
Gary.
Jean's son.
Aw.
That's Aunt
Gary.
Jean's son. Hi, Gary.
So glad you
And
joined
maybe
us.
Barb if she's
Yeah.
watching.
Yep. And Charlie says, you were so good as Patsy.
Oh, Charlie. Well, we need to do more shows. I know we kind of chatted about that, but nothing I would love more.
We'll do it. We can make that happen. And Justin Welsh is watching. Hey, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
That's Kara if you're watching. Hi. He says, hey, love Ernie. Look, the Ernie
Hard
stories.
not to love Ernie.
Oh, yeah. The Ernie stories always slay.
And I'm sure Dad's at home going,
It didn't go just like that.
Kind
he
of
may
did.
embellish a bit.
I'm sure they've been talking.
Linda from Michigan says, your dad is hilarious, calling his daughters fellas and trying to save money with the early bird specials. Typical dad. Yeah, totally. Jumpin' Joanne is so
He always said
funny.
it all the time.
Yep.
Jumpin' Joanne.
You should have your parents on some night. Yeah, so go back to season 1. I think they were on once, maybe twice. So
Yep.
it's awesome. And Pam says, loved your dad yodeling. It was terrific.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was.
It was a sight to see. Awesome. Carolinda, I've heard your dad sing this. Loved it.
Yeah, he did it in the same key though as me,
As-
like that
as
same
you,
key.
yeah.
Pretty amazing.
And Woody says, happy anniversary.
Aw.
And I think, yes, his uncle sings this song too.
Aw, I
Probably
love
Cattle
that
Call.
song.
Probably Cattle Call.
Aw.
Let's see. Charlie says, nice yodeling. You also did it for me in the
Right.
lonely
I
goat
yodeled
herd.
for Charlie a lot.
Yep.
The only time I've ever yodeled was for Charlie.
Yep.
You must feel so special, Charlie.
Oh, my
yes.
God.
Everyone loves your yodeling. Carolyn Bro, best parents ever.
Oh, Carolyn, I'm so
Hi,
glad you're here. They
Carolyn.
sure are.
Let's
Sure
see. Woody says he's in Charlottetown right now. Just finished a gig. Happy he got back to his room early enough to catch you guys.
That's great, Woody.
I
That's awesome.
hope you're enjoying that wonderful magical island.
Aw,
The salty
that's
air.
awesome.
Oh, yes, the salty air and the red earth. Carolyn Bro says best parents ever. Yeah, she's correcting herself there. Gary Gallant, Barb's
Barb's
in the tub.
Tell her we say hi.
Hi,
Yeah.
Barb. Tell her we say hi.
Tell her now if you want. That's fine. And Beth and Jeff
Oh,
Torrey, happy
Beth.
anniversary. Ernie and JoJo, love and miss you, Beth.
That's
Hi,
very
Beth.
sweet, Beth.
Yes, people who know Ernie and Joanne do feel special. It's very special to know these girls and their family. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And Gary says happy anniversary.
I bet Gary was at their wedding. Gary, do you remember? Were you there? I'm sure he was.
He probably was, yeah. Definitely.
Curious.
Possibly.
Mhm.
Possibly. Oh, and Rob Ring's here. Hey, Rob. Better late than never.
Hi,
Hi,
Rob.
Rob.
Hey, bud. Great gig this weekend. That was a lot of fun. He says he was there. Yep.
You're such a sweetie pie.
Oh,
Oh,
he
my
was
God.
there.
How fun is that?
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
That's so cool.
All right. So we've got a special peppy little number.
So, Steph,
Coming up
tell
next.
everybody why we're doing this song.
Please do.
It was popular when they got married.
Yeah.
A popular song on the charts when they got married. And I enjoy singing this song. And it's the song that's the most far from the truth about mom and dad
Yep.
together. But it's just like it has no reflection on our father.
Not even a little bit. But
No.
he loves Waylon Jennings.
Yes, this is a Waylon Jennings song back from the early 70s. So, yeah, we just did this for fun. That's all.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see how this goes.
Okay, you guys ready for a little fun?
Always. A long time forgotten, our dreams all just fell by the way. The good life he promised ain't what she's living today. But she never complains about the bad times or the bad things he's done. Lord, she just talks about the good times they've had and all the good times to come. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways she don't understand. When the party's all over, she'll welcome him back home again.
One way or another.
Lord, she don't understand him, but she does the best that she can. 'Cause she's a good-hearted woman, loving a good time and man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. Well, she loves him in spite of his wicked ways she don't understand. Well, through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. She's a good-hearted woman, loving her good time and man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good time and man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways she don't understand. Well, through teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. She's a good-hearted woman, loving her good time and man. She's just a good-hearted woman, loving her good time and man.
Well, there we go.
Happy
everybody.
little number
There
there,
we go.
for you.
There we
There we
go.
go. No more tears.
No more tears.
No more tears. We got through it. No problem. Okay. Well,
Awesome.
Craig, I guess next on the agenda
Oh,
are
videos.
the
Yeah, let's get some more videos.
videos.
Let me just quickly check and see here. I'll get back to these comments in just 1 second. So let's see. So we had some more folks send in some kind words. And next up, we have Elizabeth.
Aw.
Hi, Joanne and Ernie. Happy anniversary. The two of you have set such a wonderful example of friendship and support and love for each other over the years, and it's one I've looked up to basically all of my life. Happy 50th anniversary. Love you both.
Sweet Elizabeth.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Up next, we have the ever-present Aunt Linda. Everyone feels like they know her already. Here she is.
Hi, Joanne and Ernie. Happy anniversary. I can't believe it's 50 years. I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me through the years. You both have been wonderful. I love you so much, and I hope you have a blessed, wonderful day. Love you. Bye.
Aw.
And that's Aunt Linda.
Oh, sweetie.
And what's Aunt Linda without Sandy? So here's Sandy.
Hey,
Hi, Joanne and Ernie, Sandy. Just want to wish you a very, very happy 50th anniversary. I want to thank you so much for all the years you've been and how good you've been to me and how you welcomed me into the family some 36 years ago. I hope that you have a very, very blessed day, and I love you very much.
okay.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Thank
so-
you, everybody.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for sending in those
Absolutely.
lovely, lovely messages. Let's see. This is I love this from Laura. Love you all. The LeBlanc family is one unique crew. She can relate to being in a crazy family. But the question that I loved is, Craig, will you be changing your name to LeBlanc?
I have asked him that.
We-
Are you
yes.
gonna
I
do
have
it?
said,
Can you
Craig,
imagine?
you could become a LeBlanc.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to happen. I'll be a Galbraith in my heart.
But I think that is, and I'll be a LeBlanc,
See?
of course, in my heart.
We
as
could.
well.
We
You could hyphenate.
our name.
Oh,
You
yeah,
could be
we-
Galbraith LeBlanc.
We've talked about all kinds of stuff.
You could be LeBlanc Galbraith. I could be Galbraith LeBlanc.
We'll have to talk about that like on the spot, like in the moment. During the
I
wedding.
like it.
I like it
we'll,
too.
We'll,
Uh-huh.
we'll decide. We'll look at each other and we'll say, all right, what's our last name? Each one's going to be, and we'll just go 1, 2, 3.
and say it.
and hope it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Natalie also loves Waylon Jennings. That is a super fun song.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah, it was certainly a sing-along time, and hopefully you guys would sing along to that last tune. Laura Lang's here. She says, happy anniversary.
Hi, Laura.
You'll be
Laura.
seeing more from Laura Lang a little later on. Sean Furlot, he was quite nervous to meet Ernie initially, mostly due to personal experience / upbringing with older men, but he remembers Andrea and Steph understanding this and helping him with tips. Just listen and agree and mention that you love his band, White Lightning. So that's how you get in with Ernie LeBlanc.
He loved you right
Are
from
you
day
from
one.
White Lightning?
Sean,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
Loved you from day one. Do you know what he would say about Sean?
That Sean is some funny. He is some funny, you fellas. Now, he is funny.
And he would say that about Charlie Reindress.
Yep.
That Charlie, now he is funny. You think you know funny? He is funny.
We'd all be like, we know. We work with these people.
If we got all
Now,
these
they
people
are
together
funny.
in
Now,
one room,
they are
Oh
funny.
my God.
I think the world would implode. Carolinda says a special message for your mom and dad. Thank you for allowing me to the honor of spending time with your wonderful girls and with you.
Carolinda.
Thank you
That's
for
beautiful.
that sweet message. And of course, Charlie's right in here with good-hearted woman, loving a good timing man, the nun and the yodeler. So he picked up on that right away. That's
He's a funny man. That Charlie is a funny man.
The Nun and the Yodeler. That could be a movie.
Oh my God, it could be their memoir.
That's their stage
The
name?
Nun and the Yodeler.
Nun and the Yodeler.
Stephanie, you are such a consummate performer. Your focus is always your audience. Yes,
Oh my
you did a lovely job with that
It's
song.
true, Steph. It's so true.
Thanks, Shawnee. I love you.
Yep, awesome. Melissa By's watching. Hey, she says, you two look beautiful.
Melissa, you're
Hey,
so
Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pam says, wow, I think she loved that last tune. Great job, ladies.
Ah,
And of course, Carol Linda's saying hi to the family, saying hi to Linda, saying hi to Sandy.
Aw.
And Charlie says, yes, so good, Steph.
Aw.
Lebraith. Now, I did think of that one. I thought
Lebraith?
Lebraith.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I did
You
think of
just
that.
go ahead and change
It's
it.
Is
just-
that an actual name?
No, it's
Oh.
not. I find it looks funny. You know, it just looks funny.
Lebraith.
Yeah. Just seeing it like that, because of course that's the way you'd spell it. But Laura says the Gablancs.
Oh my God.
All right, we could have so much fun with this. And Ruth Switcher's watching. Congratulations, Joanne and Ernie. 50 years is a tremendous milestone, indeed.
It sure is.
Absolutely. We got lots of love here for Sean from Natalie. He's so
Some
right.
for
Sean,
some funny.
funny. Oh, so are we ready to go from funny to heartfelt? Can
Try
we make
not to
that?
cry.
Sure.
Can we make that transition?
We're gonna try.
All right. Whew. All right. Compose ourselves so that we can lose our composure. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
All right. So this next tune, do you want to introduce it?
It's a country song.
Yeah, it's a song by Randy Travis that I know Dad always
Dad would love.
Really, really loved this song.
Yeah,
when we were young.
definitely. He'd always say, that man, he can sing.
That man can sing. That man can sing, Andy. Do you hear him? It's not forced.
No.
Yeah.
He loved Randy Travis. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
You may think that I'm talking foolish. You've heard that I'm wild and I'm free. You may wonder how I can promise you now this love that I feel for you always will be. But you're not just time that I'm killing. I'm no longer one of those guys. As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old women sit and talk about old men, if you wonder how long I'll be say time takes its toll on the body, makes the young girl's brown hair turn gray. But honey, I don't care. I ain't in love with your hair. But if it all fell out, well, I'd love you anyway. They say time takes its tricks on the memory, make people forget things they knew. Well, it's easy to see. It's happened to me. I've already forgotten every woman but you. Oh, darling, I'm gonna love you forever. Forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old women sit and talk about old men. If you wonder how long I'll be faithful, well, just listen to how this song ends. I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, amen.
You've gotta give a little, take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That's the story that's the glory of love. You've gotta laugh a little, cry a little, before the clouds roll by a little. That's the story that's the glory of love. As long as there's the two of us, we've got the world and all its charms. And when the world is through with us, we've got each other's arms. You've got to win a little, lose a little, and always have the blues a little. That's the story that's the glory of love. As long as there's the two of us, we've got the world and all its charms. And when the world is through with us, we've got each other's arms. You've got to win a little, lose a little, and always have the blues a little. That's the story that's the glory of love.
So very lovely. Aw. You guys need me to talk for a little bit?
Yeah.
Need me to talk for a little bit? That's no problem at all. Let's check in with the chatters here. Let me get a few more special messages here. Forgot where I left off, of course. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Sean's talking about our names. Or you could both just keep your names and help abolish this patriarchal notion that either of you have to brand the other in order to attest your commitment to each other. Just saying. Yeah, our plan was to just go ahead and keep our regular names. But,
Yeah.
it's fun to have that chat
It
because,
is fun.
yeah, anything goes. Natalie says, now I'm going to cry. Played at my wedding.
Aw.
Yes, none in the yodeler LMAO. Yep, definitely. Legal. Yep. We'll hear them all out. If you have your suggestions, just type them out in chat. Rob Ring says, I don't know your dad, but if he is half of your impersonation, I think I love him.
Oh, is he not my impersonation?
Oh, 100%.
Still to this day. Heidi says, when I first met him, I couldn't believe how accurate the impression was. So that answers your question there, Rob. Julia says, Andrea, you look just like your mother. Same humor, same laugh. Sounds like resemblance as well to mother and daughter. Yes, you do. You guys do share.
It's
You
funny
share a lot.
that people say that because I always got growing up that
That you
I
look
was
like
the
your dad.
spitting
Your
image of
dad.
dad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
But you certainly got your mom's everything else.
yeah.
Let's see, Natalie, let's love that.
Yeah.
Let's see, Heidi says your dad's hats are the best. Yeah, lots
He
of
loves his
hats.
hats.
Hey, look, got to keep that sun off.
Oh my
you.
God! When I was
Smart
home,
man.
when we were home in May, I said, "Dad, Steph and I are going to a beach. I need a hat."
I got all kinds of hats upstairs, Andrea.
Oh yeah.
So I go up, and there's this random
Here
hat in
we
the
go.
back of the car, and
Here
Craig's
we
like
go.
this. Where'd this hat come from?
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad's collection. He's got quite a few.
Never even seen that one. I'm like, where'd that hat come from? Just some random hat. He's got a lot of hats.
He sure does.
Yeah, and Heidi says the love in your family truly is glorious. Yeah, I think Sean agrees there. Pam says the glory of love, your parents, truly inspiring people and one of the most beautiful couples I know. Carolyn Bro says, Ernie and Joanne, it's our 50th next month.
Oh my God.
They got to come and visit.
Yes.
You
yes. Go
definitely
visit
do.
them.
Go
They would
visit them.
love that.
Absolutely. Aunt Linda says, thank you for a wonderful evening. We are very touched. Beautiful job, girls. Rosalie
you, Aunt
says
Linda.
she's enjoying the memories. Well,
Aw,
thank you. I'm
thanks,
glad.
Rosalie.
And Blaine's here. Hey, Blaine.
Oh,
He says, I'm so late.
Aw.
Happy 50th, Joanne and Ernie. Gal Blanc. Has someone said that already? No, that's new. Gal Blanc.
Gablan.
Gabla.
Gal Blanc. I know my name is just a weird one. Like LeBlanc's that's a pretty name. I love that name. Galbraith, it's just hard to do anything with it.
I've always liked the name Galbraith.
Have you? Sean, Ernie. Sean, what was that sound you make that Sam doesn't like? Joanne. Oh, Ernie, don't. Was it like Linda from Michigan? Does your dad still have his band? Well, he was playing up until a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in St.
he
George.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't have White Lightning though. It's been a while.
No.
Aunt
And he
Linda says-
played with oh my God, his name is escaping me, the fiddle player. Can't believe I can't.
Ned Landry.
Ned Landry. So
Yep.
those of you, Ned Landry is a world fiddle champion, and Dad was his guitar player.
Yeah.
So that's kind
Yeah.
of neat.
Yeah, your dad certainly knows his way around the instruments. And Aunt Linda says, do you remember your green dresses at our wedding? Actually, they've mentioned them before. I think maybe you mentioned them on the show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
We had-
definitely do.
We were very
What were they? What material was it?
like a silky satin.
Silky satin.
Silky,
Green. We looked
like
like two
green
little
satin?
leprechauns.
Yeah.
We were green. I don't know why we chose green, but there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jana says she's super late too. Hey, Jana.
Hi, Jana.
Jana.
So happy to see you.
Aw.
Anybody who's late, you can go back and watch it from the beginning. There's certainly lots of
You're in a
fun
picture,
stories
Jana. You're in a picture.
and lots of memories. Carolinda says, you fellas are so gifted. This show runs the gamut of goosebumps, tears, and laughter. Welcome to my living room live, Carolinda. That's what we strive to do here, but no, we appreciate that very much. All right, so we have a few more videos to show here. Shall we get to those
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick before we get into the top 4 stories?
Yeah.
All right, so next up, we have our little Kayla. She sent a message. Here we go.
Hi, JoJo and Ernie. Happy 50th anniversary. I love you so much. Bye.
We asked her, it's like, you could just keep it short.
Yeah.
And she just nailed it. So
She did.
sweet. So sweet. And so there was a special surprise. Daniel and Mary Lee showed up at the house, and they sent us a video of that.
Daniel is our cousin Dad's nephew.
There you go.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy.
Well, happy anniversary, Ernie. Oh, thank you. Not everybody makes her to 50.
No, they don't. Isn't that so sweet? What a beautiful little cake.
So that is Ernie and Joanne today. That was just taken
today.
hours ago. So thank you so much, Daniel Merrily, for doing that for Ernie and JoJo, and for sending that in to all of us so we can share in that fun little moment. And your mom, any chance to sing, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about him many times, and we've hosted him on the show even more. Here he is, Sean Furlot.
Joanne and Ernie LeBlanc. 50 years of wedded bliss. That is a fantastic achievement. It is inspiring and impressive. I love you both. I'm so thankful to have had you in my life. I felt like I knew you both before I even met you, due to the love your daughters have for you and their acting skills and impersonations of you. I just think that you're a shining example of what a marriage can be. It's give and take. It's loving each other. It's taking turns. It's love, and it's laughter and music. And you made it through even those hard years, those 19 to 20 years that you had to raise your daughters. Oh, quite the hardship. Just kidding. You raised two beautiful, beautiful, loving women. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. I love you both. Bye.
Yep. That was awesome. Thanks so much, Sean.
Oh my gosh.
Another great speaker. And here we have Laura Lang.
Happy anniversary, Ernie and JoJo. 50 years. That's amazing. So much love. I wish you all the best.
Oh, Laura Lang.
Lovely.
Got a chance to see her not that long ago.
Yeah.
And the last video we got tonight is from Cousin Pam, who's been mentioned a few times. So here she is, Cousin Pam.
Hi, Ernie and Joanne. It's your niece, Pamela. Just wanted to wish you a happy 50th wedding anniversary. You guys are awesome, and it's an honor to call you family and be your niece. And I hope that you guys have a great day celebrating. Love you lots. Bye.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Beautiful.
So thanks to everybody for sending those in to us. I know we kind of had to reach out to everybody and kind of ask to get those sent in, on somewhat short notice for some of them. So we appreciate that.
Thank you so much. So we have a few stories left, the last 4 stories. So the first story is Dad would always pride himself on how much he could consume. Because he was never a big man, but he could eat. And I remember he tells us the story before he met Mom that he was staying at a boarding house in Sussex. New Brunswick. Why was he staying there? Was he a barber there?
I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know what he was doing, but he was doing something in his 20s. And the woman there bought raspberry ripple ice cream. And there was another guy staying there, and Dad goes,
"Why don't we have an ice cream eating contest?"
And the guy's like, "Sure, Ernie." And Dad's like, "I knew I was going to win." Anyway, so they started eating this raspberry ripple. Raspberry ripple ice cream. And Dad's like, "That guy had one tiny, maybe 2 little dishes of ice cream. Just 2 wee little dishes. I ate the whole thing. And I didn't even..." So that the woman who was the boarder there, that ran the boarding house, said, "Ernie, I didn't hear you up in the middle of the night." "Why would you hear me up in the middle of the night?" "Well, I thought you'd be sick." "I wasn't sick. That is ice cream." So anyway, that cracks me
Did
up.
he eat dinner on top of the ice cream?
Oh, we had a turkey dinner on top of the
And
ice
how
cream.
much ice cream was it?
It was a whole, one of those great big...
Like a tub?
4-liter
Like a gallon?
A gallon. A gallon of ice cream.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't feel anything.
I didn't know I ate it. I wouldn't know I did.
That's right. So...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you stole the punchline.
Stole my punchline.
I'm so sorry.
So Mom and Dad and I were once out for dinner, and Dad ordered a 12-inch pizza and ate the whole thing. And he doesn't eat fast, but he just chipped away at it and ate it. And the waitress came back. She's like, "Is everything okay here? How was your pizza, sir?"
If I didn't know I ate it, I wouldn't know I did.
12-inch pizza. Anyway, that's Dad for you. It does crack me up.
Yeah.
He cracks me up. He makes a mean blueberry pancake too. I must say, we had them when we were home.
In his defense, that is a very small pizza. Because you know me, I could eat like a medium
12-inch?
pizza.
12-inch pizza?
Yeah.
What size is that?
Yeah, well, you get the 9 and then the 12.
12?
So those are like the two kind of like personal pizza sizes.
You'd be full if you had a 12-inch pizza though.
Sure, but I could eat more than that.
But Dad's like
I didn't. If I didn't know I ate it, I wouldn't know I did.
I'm there with you, Ernie.
God, it makes me laugh.
I love pizza.
So another story is us with Mom and Dad. We're on one of our farm vacations, and Mom was sitting in the front, and our mother, one of the most beautiful souls you will ever meet in your lifetime. She finds the good in everyone, and she always loved life, and it's so beautiful, Mom. Anyways,
She's the mother, like the second mother to, I wouldn't even begin to know how many people. Feels like she's their second mother.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
so beautiful.
how much she's loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, the four of us are on vacation. Steph's in the back seat with her Walkman in. She's got one of those little roach clips on her shirt she won at the exhibition. And she's listening to, what were you listening to? Michael Jackson, Cyndi Lauper, Madonna. I don't know. One of those 80s.
Platinum Blonde.
Yeah. And I'm listening, I'm rocking out.
Whitney Houston, probably.
Probably, yes, Whitney Houston. And I'm rocking out to the classic country that's being played over the stereo because I love it. And Mom's in the front seat, and she's like, oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, girls, look at the birds singing. Look at the sky. Oh, the clouds are just so beautiful. What a glorious day. Oh, the wind through the trees. Look at the cow in the ditch. Oh, Ernie, look up there. Look at that beautiful pond.
Joanne, what did you just say? Did you just say there's a cow in the ditch?
Well, I don't know what I said, Ernie. If you're not listening, I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff if you're not paying attention.
Joanne, you just said cow in the ditch. Is there a cow in the ditch?
Well, Ernie, if I said there's a cow in the ditch, there must be a cow in the ditch. Steph and I are like this. We heard cow in the ditch.
I think I've heard them have this conversation before.
Yeah. So, Dad, Mom's like, you better back the car up. If I said cow in the ditch, there must be a cow in the ditch. Sure enough, we backed the car up.
There's a cow.
There's a cow in the ditch. And, of course, Mom cries. And then we cried because I'm like, it must be injured. Why is it in the ditch?
Why would there be a cow in the ditch?
It did. We went to the nearest farm, which wasn't that far. And the farmer was like, yeah, I'm going to get the cow. So anyway.
Weren't they out somewhere and it must have fallen off somewhere?
Yeah, it fell
poor
off.
cow.
I know, it's just laying there.
Anyway.
Yeah, Mom felt very bad. And she made sure that the farmer wasn't going to kill it. I remember her asking, you're not going to kill that cow, are you? No. Good, because that is a beautiful animal. It's one of God's creatures, and you shouldn't kill it just because it fell off the back of the truck.
What if it was on its way to be,
I don't think it was.
Okay.
Oh, God, I never thought of that.
I don't think so.
Oh, I never thought of that. Why would it be in a truck?
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know.
Maybe it was.
Mom does eat steak.
Okay, so we've got two stories left. What time is it? Is it like 10 o'clock?
It's 9 o'clock.
Okay, that's not
Well, it's just 10 o'clock to the folks watching on the
Okay.
East Coast.
That's not too bad.
So we have two stories left. So this story, Carolyn, if you're
it's a
still
good one.
watching, you were present when this story happened. So so it all started. It was a Sunday morning.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious.
Sunday morning and a nice day, and Mamea was visiting us. Our grandmother, Mamea.
Our mom's mom.
Our mom's mom, and beautiful woman. And so Mom is typical Sunday morning, vacuuming and doing various things around the house. And so anyway, and it was a warm spring morning. It was warm enough that Dad's garden had already started to do things, right? So Dad's out with the garden, and I go out with him, and then you come out. And Dad goes, because church started at 9. It was 8:20, let's say.
Dad needed to be there half an hour before church started.
Half hour.
Like
we had to be the first
people
people there. And Dad needed his parking spot, the same parking spot every Sunday.
And tune his guitar.
So anyway, so it's 8:20, and Dad goes,
Where's your mother?
I'm like, last I saw Dad, she was vacuuming.
Jumping! What is she vacuuming for? Who needs to see the floor? We gotta get to church. Jumping!
So I'm like this. I'll go get her. So I go in the house, and Mamea's got her coat on, like a spring coat. And I said, Mamea, where's Mom? Oh, she's getting ready. I think she's in the bathroom. And I'm like, Mom, Dad really wants you to come. Well, I am doing my best. And I'm like this. Okay, I guess I'm going to go back outside. Mom will be right out, Dad.
Well, jump it. She better get out here. Jumping that woman. It would kill her to be on time.
Remember? She used to say that all the time.
All the time. It would kill her to be on time.
So Steph, Mamea, and I all get in the car. We're in the back seat.
Yeah.
And Dad's in the front seat. And Dad goes, jumping. So now it's like 8:26. And we were supposed to be there at 8:30, according to Dad. And Dad's like,
she's not. I don't see your mother.
What does he do?
Honks the horn.
Lays on that horn.
Not good.
And I'm like this. Oh, no. This is not going to be good.
No.
So Mom comes out of the house, and she gets in the car, and it's quiet.
There's no talking.
And we're like this. And Dad goes, all of a sudden, he was in a really good mood.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're going to be just fine now, Joanne. We're just fine now. We're going to get there on time. Everything's fine.
And Mamea was in the backseat doing this, rolling her eyes out. We're like, oh my God, this is hilarious. So we get to the church. We are the first people there.
Yes.
Dad gets his parking spot. Everyone's in a fine mood. We get into the church. And Steph and
Dad tunes his guitar.
Dad tunes his guitar. We're sitting near where the music ministry sits. And I was over chatting with Mamea because, well, there's nobody there yet. So I'm chatting with Mamea. And Mom goes to take her coat off. And all she has on is her full slip. And Mamea's like, Joanne! And Mamea was so Catholic, too. Joanne, you're wearing your slip. Where's your dress? And Mom's like, oh, that man. So she went over to Dad. She's like, Ernie, give me the keys to the car.
Well, now, why's that, Joanne? I didn't put my dress on. And Dad goes, okay, Joanne, well, here you go.
And I'm like, oh, my God. So she goes home. She puts her dress on, comes back, and she makes it in time for church.
Yep.
So you know what? When she came back into church, she's giving Dad the keys. And do you know what he said to her?
See, Joanne, if I hadn't beeped the horn, you wouldn't have had enough time to go back home and put your dress on.
That's one of the best punchlines. If he hadn't
She
rushed
was
her,
so mad.
she wouldn't have had enough time
So mad.
Oh my God,
to
she
go
was
back.
so mad. It was so funny.
I'm sure she's still mad.
Took her coat off and she's wearing it. She didn't even notice.
No.
Didn't even notice.
No.
Full slip.
No, no dress.
He rushed
nothing.
her out
no
the
clothes.
door.
Oh my God.
To be a half an hour early for church.
To tune his guitar and get a parking spot.
Yeah. Parking spot, yeah.
That dark blue Zephyr.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So funny. Oh man. Yeah. So anyway, okay, so we're down to our last story, and
The number one story.
the number one story of Joanne and Ernie.
Most popular.
And it
story,
hasn't been
most
that
requested.
long.
We told it not too long ago.
We did. So but there are new people watching tonight.
But you can leave the meningitis part out of it.
Okay.
It's a brilliant story.
Okay. So Steph and I are in university, and we gotta say a tiny little bit about it. Meningitis broke out in our residence,
And we left.
and we left because we were terrified. So we took a bus home. The bus ride home was hysterical, and we were so terrified that we left in a hurry. We talked to our professors and said, we're leaving. We'll take whatever comes our way, but we can't stay here. So we called Mom and Dad, said we're coming home. And of course, Mom's like, of course, dears, we'll be there to pick you up. Oh my God, my babies. Oh, my babies. So anyway, hung up the phone, pull into the SMT station in St. John, New Brunswick. Dad is holding Mom, and Mom is crying. So we get in the car, and she's like, I'm so glad you're here. You did the right thing. You should be home in a time like this. And Dad's like, yeah, it's good to see you fellas. It is good to see you fellas. So we're, Steph and I, in the back seat, driving home. And Mom goes, well, I was at the Kmart today, and I was trying to buy your father some tube socks. And Dad's like, Joanne, you tell them what happened now. You tell them what happened. That's not the story now. We got to talk about what really happened there. You got to tell them about that seagull. And Steph and I are like this. Oh my God, it's so good to be home. And Mom's like, what do you mean, Ernie?
Well, that seagull now. You tell them that story and they'll think what's what.
So anyway, Mom's like, well, I was going to the Kmart to get your father some socks. And when I pulled into the parking lot, there was a seagull. And it only had one leg. And I did what anybody would do with a half a heart. I got out of the car and I chased that seagull. I wanted to catch it because I felt so bad. It only had one leg. So the seagull is hopping around the parking lot and Mom is chasing the seagull around.
Probably thinking the crazy lady. What are you doing, crazy lady? Leave me alone, please.
Imagine the people like in the parking lot were like, what is that woman doing?
Like she's trying to get her French fries back from that seagull, or what?
So anyway, she's like, I knew that wasn't going to work, so I got in the car and I drove to the nearest veterinarian office. And I ran in. I was so upset because I felt so bad for this seagull with one leg. I did the only thing anyone would do. I went in and I told them I needed a box. And we're like, oh, Mom, like, did you tell them why? Well, I think they may have understood, but they may have also thought I ran over a dog. I ran over a dog. They probably think I ran over an animal, but I didn't care. I couldn't stop crying, and I needed a box. So they threw her a box, like a great big box. She put in the trunk.
Yeah.
She drove back to the Kmart. She got out of the car, and she's like, I looked and I looked for that seagull, girls, and I could not find that seagull, that poor bird with one leg, just hopping and hopping and hopping. Dad turns to her and goes,
Jump, Joanne. That bird lost a leg, not a wing. They can fly.
Hey, you nailed the punchline that time.
And that's how we knew we were home. It was so
good to be home.
Good to be home. But you know, that says so much about Mom and her enormous heart and how she hated to see any animal, any person, any living creature suffer.
Yep.
You know? And
100%,
she's still the same way.
Yep.
And those of you playing the home game can go back a few episodes, listen to that story, and see what she's embellished on it this time compared to last time.
It was shorter this time.
It was much shorter.
Much shorter.
I detected some differences. Can you?
There were a couple.
There was a couple.
There were a couple.
Right. Now we're getting to the end of the night.
Yeah.
So we've shared lots of stories. We've got some video messages and lots of music. And I'm just going to read just a few more comments here, and I think we've got one more song. And I may have to go back just a little bit in time here.
Yep.
And Carolinda says, your mother is beyond perfect. She is a saint. Cow in the ditch or not.
It's true.
It is true.
Yep. And then that is a great story. You're not going to kill that cow, one of God's creatures from the raw ground beef eating daughter. Let's see. Janice says, my dad vacuumed on Sunday morning too. Look, you clean the house before you have to go somewhere in a hurry. I've seen it. It happens. You do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, you see.
I guess.
See right there. I don't know which story you love, Janet, but I'm sure you love them all and have heard them all. Yep. This story sustains me. You get a lot of requests for these stories.
Maybe the slip story.
Yep. And that would be the slip. And Carolyn says yes. I remember.
Oh my God, I love that.
That I think is my favorite story.
The slip story.
The slip story
laughing so hard I can't breathe.
It's very well constructed. And it has an incredible punchline that's very, very memorable.
Oh, my God.
Justin Welch says, where is the Ernie and Joanne weekly sitcom?
We have a lot of material, let me
there's
tell
lots
ya.
of material. We talk about them here often on the show, and we thank goodness for all the material they provided you girls over the years. Bernadette says she's loving these stories, wish that she had been the next door neighbor.
Oh, my God. Absolutely.
Yep. The main and only word integral to this story is seagull. Just utter that word around these guys, and they know. Yeah, I don't think she was. I don't think she was embarrassed.
She was just mad.
Yeah.
She was very mad. Yeah, she had that slip on. Oh my God.
Kmart.
Kmart.
Jana.
Walmart.
Yep. So socks, maybe underwear.
Probably.
I think every time you tell that story, it's always socks. So I believe it was socks.
Yeah.
Pam says she remembers this story too. Does anyone have a box? Yeah, it was the it was the inspiration for that Netflix movie, Bird Box.
That veterinarian office was on Manawaganish Road. Like, that was a fair drive.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. They traveled quite a bit.
Yep.
Yep. So freaking funny. Jana says she saw a goose with one leg at Riverside, and she also cried.
Aww.
Look, you can't help it, you know? You see an animal, and they could be perfectly fine, but you assume that they're suffering. And,
Did you go find a box, Jana?
yeah. Did you find yourself a bird box? Let's see. Elizabeth says, Vaughn, Lily, Will, and I have been watching all evening. Love the show tonight. So much love.
Aww.
Yes, indeed. And thank you for sending in your message too there, Elizabeth. So thank you to
beautiful,
everyone for watching. Linda says, what did she do with the box?
Oh, who knows?
Yeah.
Dad probably put nails in it or wood.
Knowing your dad, yeah, there's
He
probably...
used it.
He used it for something.
Yeah, he used it for something.
Nothing was ever wasted in our house.
Various
Ever.
assorted something or other
Ever.
in that box. Oh my, so wow. Anything you guys want to say before we close
Just
up?
one small little thing.
Sean's got one small thing. Jumping. Jana had 2 wings.
It had 2 wings.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
God. Yes, I just want to say, and Steph, feel free to jump in here. All these stories and all this laughter aside, like I said, we grew up in a house that was, and it's still that way. We still laugh and joke, and even when things are hard, we still find a way to find things. Steph and I, when we were home, things
In
were
May,
funny.
we laughed a
We
lot
laughed a lot
when we were home in May.
and it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to express your love for 2 people who gave you everything. And I just want to say, Mom and Dad sacrificed everything for Steph and I. There wasn't anything that we ever wanted. We grew up very in a household that didn't have a lot of money, and it was very humble, and I never felt that way, ever.
No.
And I feel so blessed to have been brought up by you, Mom and Dad. And I try to express it, but you just need to know that. 50 years is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't be more proud to call you Mom and Dad.
Yeah, me too.
I love you.
And it's funny, growing up, we thought
Everyone.
all the households were like ours.
Yeah, we
like
thought everyone had parents like ours.
loving and said, love you all the time,
Accepting.
and hugging and accepting and just, so much love.
And faithful, so faithful.
Yeah, and until we went away to university and, got to know so many other people and just life experiences over the years, we're like, we were really lucky.
So blessed.
To have them for our parents.
Yep.
100%. Yep. Yep.
We love you guys so much.
Happy anniversary.
They're probably both crying. So happy anniversary, Ernie and JoJo, 50 years. That is a tremendous thing that most people, they could only hope that they could have a loving marriage that lasts that long.
Do you know what? When I was going out to try and find 50 anniversary decorations, like for the balloons and stuff, couldn't find any 50 anniversaries. I'm like, what's going on? People don't do that, apparently.
Huh.
I could find up to 40.
Weird.
Couldn't find any 50.
Maybe they were all sold out.
Anyway, it's a milestone.
So it's a very special and
Huge
significant
milestone.
milestone.
Incredible.
So happy anniversary to you, Ernie and Joanna. Love you both. So happy I got to see you just last month, and we'll be seeing you again real soon. And so happy that even though we couldn't be there, we could do this and gather all these people together who love you so very much.
You are so loved.
Play some of your favorite songs. Tell some of everyone's favorite stories, and I'm hoping that they're your favorite stories too. and yeah, maybe cry a little too. So anyway.
All right.
And this was the next song we're doing is the song that they used to sing together when they were dating.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a very special song for
This
them.
is their song.
Yeah,
So we'll end our show with I Walk the Line.
Ready?
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit and I'm a fool for you. Because you're mine, I walk the line. As sure as night is dark and day is light, I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You've got a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause for love that I can't hide. For you I know I'd even try to turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line.
So that was for you, Ernie and JoJo.
For you, Mom and Dad.
Your
Love you so much.
songs.
Love you.
So what else is there to say? I think you guys have said it all. So I think it's so wonderful that we were able to spend, well, nearly 2 hours hanging out with all of you. So I
Well,
can't.
that's the average length of a party.
Yep.
At least.
Or a visit with the LeBlanc sisters where you
There you go.
may hear a story or two. Hopefully some of you out there heard your favorites. I know that some folks out there were certainly making your requests, and they did not disappoint. Any parting words for everyone tonight?
Well, no. Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate your support. And I know that Mom and Dad, you know, it means everything. At the end of, you know, of the day, the thing that means the most are the people in your life, right? And the love you share. So those can't be bought. So we appreciate everyone. So anyway, thanks for joining in tonight, Steffi. Love you.
Of course.
Love you, Craig. Craig worked really hard on this show, everybody.
Oh, thanks.
So just want to thank you, Craig.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been busy.
Yep.
Yeah.
My absolute pleasure. I do this because I love it. And I can't thank everyone enough for joining, that you guys take the time out of your busy lives to hang out with us. And I know that there's a few first timers here joining from Ernie and JoJo's family. So if you feel like joining us, you know, any other week, we do this generally on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Atlantic. Are we going to be having a show next week, you think?
Sure.
All right. We don't know what we're doing yet, but if you come back here, Facebook or YouTube, you know, we're going to do this this thing. We're going to play some songs, tell some stories, and make each other laugh and maybe cry. We'll see. Maybe not next week. All right. Well, until next week, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Happy, happy, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
Ernie and Joanne. Oh, yeah, one last. If I can find my thing here. I should have a sound effect that goes off when we do that. All right. Bye, everybody.
Love you.
Happy anniversary.
Bye.